wanted to jump on real quick and do a quick tutorial of the new pack that we just dropped today called Lyngo. I'm Trevor Lawrence Jr. Thanks for joining. A while ago, I was doing a show and I realized that there wasn't a real general or universal source for the voices that people use on Slate tracks. So what I wanted to do was make a pack, not a plugin, but a pack, and really try to cover the big spectrum of terms that we may use in any given musical situation. So that's like classical, shows, pop, rock, hip hop, whatever it is, not just one genre specific, but trying to make terms general enough that a lot of people can use them, even in education. So we'll get into what the pack is, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Introducing Lyngo, tempo-locked music terms for any genre. Musical directors, conductors, composers, musicians. Give your tracks the words they've been missing. Lyngo is a curated library of drag-and-drop spoken terms and phrases designed to work across any genre. Drop into any music program and get moving. Make your ideas speak fast with Lyngo.
So basically, it is a pack. I call it like a term pack, but it's a pack. And we recorded everything with a source tempo. And with that source tempo, when you put it in your DAW or you put it inside of your sampler or a sequencer or whatever, then you have that source tempo so you can turn on your flex or whatever your actual software has that does the time stretching, and then you'll have a base for all of the terms when you drop them in, and they can stretch, with your different tempos. So basically, when you get Lyngo, and by the way, you can buy it on my website, trevorlawrencejr.com. So when you get Lyngo, you'll get this zip file, and then when you open it up, we get into some of the stuff like this is like dynamic markings for all your, orchestral stuff like, forte and fortissimo and piano and sforzando and stuff like that. Then we have time signatures. We also have, very popular, which is song section names. You got to have those. Instrument names and quite a few instruments in the different categories, which is cool. Tempos, which is the more on the classical side where you have the different dynamic markings and the different classical terms that have to do with tempo, not necessarily just tempos. We have numbers for that, for actual BPMs, but those are like, largo and accelerando, stuff like that. And then a lot of popular terms. And then we have bar numbers. So we just have, number of bars in case there's a rest or something like that. Then we have genres, a whole bunch of genres of music. And then, of course, numbers. So between all of those, you can really get a lot of combinations and pretty much get what you want. So I have a example here in Logic, and I've put a couple in there, and then we can see kind of the example of what's going on.
Verse.
Right.
Crescendo.
And I'm going to turn it up a little bit faster.
Fill.
Right.
Jazz.
Go faster even.
Hip hop. Bridge. Outro.
Right, and then I can just go back down to whatever other tempo I want because I have it here on a track that has the flex on here in Logic. But, every sequencer pretty much now in DAW has their version of this function, be it Pro Tools or Ableton or whatever you have. So that's all good. And then, like I said, I can go back down to like the original tempo or even slower, and we'll just finish playing it here.
Coda. Out.
So basically, you can take all of these different things and drop them into your tracks when you're doing backing tracks or, things for a play or, anytime there's musicians that have a track going in the headphones with click, you definitely want to have, some sort of slate going. So that's what Lyngo is. It's just a whole bunch of different phrases, a lot of them that have been, the most popular and that you're going to need in all these different types of music and what have you. So I wanted to jump on and just do a quick tutorial about that. It just dropped today. It's available at the website, trevorlawrencejr.com. And, I look forward to seeing everybody using it and dropping me comments about how their experience was with it. And on that note, this has been the tutorial for Lyngo.